Meet the STN Readers.
Hello, I'm Lauren Bryan. I'm 14 years old. Well, actually, by the time you're listening to this, I will be 15 because my birthday's tomorrow. Anyway, besides the point. Yeah, and I'm a volunteer here at Sandwell Talking News. I first joined in the first lockdown because my mum saw a post about it, looking for volunteers, and she mentioned it to me and I signed up, not really knowing if I would be allowed, thinking maybe only adults could do it or they wouldn't want a teenager to do it. But then they responded, they said yes, and ever since then I've been doing it. I do enjoy it because I find it interesting to just read the news, to be honest. I like looking at social media posts about things going on in the world, and I like reading the news on my phone. So to have to read the articles every fortnight, it's interesting to me, whether they're local news or it's big worldwide news. But also because I like it because a lot of the news stories are stories, you know. They are stories that you can tell, and I'm really into drama. I really like performing, acting, musical theatre. I'm part of a drama company. I do performing arts at school, and so I really do enjoy the stories where it's about telling a story, and also the fact that I can write something like the Captain Sir Tom Moore poem, and I have the opportunity to share it with people through Sandwell Talking News. That's also very enjoyable to me because I do like writing. So I think that's why I carry it on, because I do just genuinely quite enjoy doing it, to be honest. It's also nice to, know that I'm doing something to contribute to the community, to help other people, without it sounding like too cringy. But just the fact that I can be like, oh, well, I have done something to help the community, I've done something that helps other people, and yeah, I enjoy doing it, and that's why I still do it. But yeah, I hope you're having a good day, and I'm sorry I can't be here at the meeting, but I'm actually in school as of present as you're listening to this, so I hope it's going well. Or maybe you're listening to this at the start or the end or in the middle. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you're having a good meeting, and I hope you're having a good day. And that's me. I'm Lauren, and yeah. Whoopee!
Hi, my name's Gillis. I'm a sixth form student from West Bromwich, and I volunteer with Sandwell Talking News because I think it's really important that every single person gets their news feed. And I really like volunteering with Sandwell Talking News because there's a really great sense of community in the way the volunteers all chip in their recordings, which are able to be compiled into the wonderful news programme that we have once a week.
Hello, I'm Andrea, and I originally started recording for Talking News because my friend Cassie works for SVI, so I was doing it as a bit of a favour, but I actually really enjoyed doing it, so I wanted to continue with it. And then during lockdown, I had a little puppy called Otis, and he's been helping me, or hindering with the recordings, should I say, which means I have to often record them more than once because you can hear a squeaky toy or a puppy barking in the background.
Hi, this is Debbie. I've been asked to tell you a little bit about myself. Well, I'm Scottish, as you've probably already worked out. I am a primary school teacher, and I live just south of Birmingham with my husband and two large ginger dogs. I used to teach in West Bromwich, which is how I got involved with Sandwell Talking News in the first place, but I've moved now and I now work in Kidderminster. What do I like to do? Well, being a primary school teacher, naturally I like to make things. So I like anything that involves art, craft, I like gardening, I like reading. And I also occasionally help my husband with his hobby, which is music recording, by warbling in the background for him. Why do I volunteer? It's not because I like the sound of my own voice, I don't, because by the time I get home from my day's teaching year 4, I've had enough of the sound of my own voice. But I do like to read out loud. And also in the past, volunteers have helped me and my family, especially with my son Rory, who has autism. So I'd like to pay it forward.
Hello, my name's Debbie Lynch. I started volunteering for Talking News last year around this time. It was shortly after the first lockdown. It was a very uncertain time for all of us. Coronavirus and COVID-19 was all new to us, and I just wanted to do this as a way of doing something positive, keeping occupied, and just doing my part, really, in a time where a lot of people were pulling together and working as a team. I just wanted to make my contribution, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to me. I hope I haven't made too many mistakes, and I will continue as long as I can. Thank you.
Hello, it's Rachel here, one of your volunteer readers for the Sandwell Talking News. I'm sorry I can't make your Zoom meeting today, but I thought I'd just do a little recording to tell you a little bit about myself. Back in February 2020, I broke up from work to go on maternity leave just before the country went into the first lockdown. I had my little boy at the end of March 2020, and whilst I was on maternity leave, I thought I would have a look for some voluntary work that I could do, because I really like volunteering for different organisations to see what I can do to help. So when I saw the advert for some new volunteers needed for Sandwell Talking News, I thought it would be a fantastic opportunity. I've really enjoyed volunteering so far, even though sometimes it can be quite difficult to find a quiet time, as you can imagine with an 11-month-old that I've now got running around the house. Finding the time to get away and do the recordings is probably the hardest part for me, but I have really enjoyed it. It's a good opportunity to take some time away, sit down with a cup of tea and read the articles and get them recorded. I am due to go back to work soon, but I would love to continue volunteering for the Sandwell Talking News because I think it's such a fantastic voluntary organisation for everything that it does. So it's really nice to be able to introduce myself to you, and I hope you all have a great day.
Hi, my name's Sarah. I'm one of the readers in Sandwell's Talking News team. My day job is working in community and stakeholder engagement for a company based in Ironbridge in Shropshire. Normally that involves travelling all over the country and speaking to lots of different people, but obviously for the last year that's mainly involved talking to people on Zoom and Teams, which has been really different. I enjoy volunteering for Sandwell Talking News because it helps me to give something back to my local community. Also, I did my degree in radio journalism, so it enables me to put my radio voice to good use. It gives me something to look forward to every other week, and I really enjoy reading for you all.
A very big hello to all the Sandwell visually impaired team members, service users and volunteers. My name is Sabjit, and you may have heard me volunteering to read the news every 2 weeks or so. A little bit about myself. I am 42 years old. I moved from Birmingham to Oldbury about 9 years ago. I am a very busy mother to 2 small children. My daughter is aged 6 and my son is aged 3. And I work part-time running my own little online business where I make and sell cushions. I came across a post on Facebook where the SVI team had put out that they were looking for volunteer readers, and I jumped at the chance. I sent in a small audition of a clip that I was sent, and to be honest, I've always fancied myself to be a bit of a newsreader. I remember being a young girl and sitting in front of the mirror and pretending to read the news in a very posh voice, and I'd see how long I could read the news without making a mistake. So I thoroughly enjoy what I do. I wish I had more time to give into the group, but receiving the articles to read, it takes me back to being a little girl again, and it's actually one of my little dreams that have actually come true. I wanted to do this very much because in 2019 my elder brother, who I'm very close to, suffered a massive stroke, and it has left him with a a severe speech impediment, and I know how frustrated and upsetting he becomes when he isn't able to do something. And I can understand how it must be for people with vision loss and who are visually impaired. But I hope that these small readings and the Sandwell Talking News makes a massive difference, and I am very, very happy that I have the opportunity to volunteer with yourselves. Thank you so much.
Hello, this is Nicola. I started with the Sandwell Talking News last April. I'd recently come home from living and working overseas for approximately 5 years. I was so used to such a busy lifestyle that when I came home, I was frantically looking for a job, whilst I also went on a volunteering frenzy. I signed up to everything possible, but I was really passionate about the Sandwell Talking News. I just wanted to give something back to the community, somewhere I've been away from for so long, and I had so much free time on my hands. It just seemed like the perfect opportunity. So when I say that I've been overseas, I worked for TUI Travel. I looked after reps and entertainers in various different holiday destinations after being a rep myself. And I've been really lucky with my experiences. I lived in places like the Balearics, the Canaries, Cyprus, mainland Spain. I even spent a winter in Iceland. And then when COVID hit, I was actually working in Costa del Sol at the time. And within 24 hours, the hustle and bustle of busy Benalmadena Strip turned into a ghost town. The UK was still operating as normal, but us in Spain, we had to provide proof of shopping visits. The policia would stop us in the street and ask us for receipts. So we had a week of lockdown, and when that passed, we managed to get everyone home safely. And although I was very lucky, last summer I managed to get away to Ibiza. I opened up the resort over on the East Coast. But the uncertainty and the struggling travel industry just proved its point, really. I got brought back to the UK after that as well, and it kind of helped me into a decision that I probably wouldn't have made on my own. It was the decision to start focusing on a career. And although it seems like a great idea on paper, it's so much harder than it looks. Like, physically I'm in Sandwell, but mentally I just want to fly away. I've been looking at visas in Canada and New Zealand. And it's something that people always used to ask me in the pub in between seasons, oh, when are you going to get a real job? And I used to get a bit defensive about it. I'm like, this is a real job. But here's me, back in the UK, trying to find a stable career because the travel industry, unfortunately, is crumbling at our feet. But I really hope that you enjoy my reading on the Sandwell Talking News. And thank you for listening.
Hi, my name's Kate and I've been a volunteer since lockdown 1 of the pandemic. For me, I think what I enjoy about doing the recordings is knowing that people will benefit from it on the other side. I think the pandemic has stopped many of us doing the things that we would normally do, and for people who may normally have family come and read articles to them or visit the centre and go and sit with the group, that's been taken away from them through no fault of their own because of the virus. And I think, you know, the world is very isolating and lonely for people at the moment. So hopefully by me and 2 of my friends do it as well, for us just recording a few articles every few weeks, you know, hopefully that will cheer someone up and brighten up their day. So that's why I do it.
Hello everyone, this is Holly. I hope you're keeping well and I hope you're starting to look forward to coming out of lockdown. I know it can be quite a nerve-wracking time. I definitely don't think I'm going to be rushing back into any crowds anytime soon, but I can tell you one thing, I cannot wait to have my hair done and have a cocktail at a pub, at a bar. So those are going to be on my top 2 list. Why I started volunteering? Well, I work for Mitchells and Butlers at the moment as a head of marketing, and one of my colleagues, Andrea, mentioned this to me, so I thought it was a great way to get involved and help in any small way that I could. What I really like about it is just taking the time out to read something a little bit different to what I'm used to reading. Also just take 10-20 minutes out of the diary to just focus on something a little bit different and just have that wider awareness of things that are going on. I live in Leamington, so it's a different side of Birmingham to me, so it's great to hear just what's happening. And I think I made my family laugh because I once got given an article about football and had to Google and YouTube how to say Slaven Bilic, so that was definitely a highlight for me. So I hope that I can do more in the future, and I send you lots of love, and speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.
Hi, it's Tim, and you've been listening to my terrible pronunciation of all kinds of places in the Midlands for the past year or so. I'm an artist and a writer, and I'm originally from Essex, which is where the accent comes from, and hopefully it's not too off-putting when you hear words like Stourbridge with a nasty glottal stop. The reason why I enjoy doing this is I get a feeling of being connected, and the local news is sometimes mundane, quite often depressing, but at the same time it's kind of crucial. And I know that if you don't know what's going on around you, then it can be alienating and perhaps make you feel like you're not part of the world or part of society. And in a very, very, very small way, it's nice to know that I'm hopefully helping to connect. That's about it. And I'll carry on reading things to you if you don't mind. And feel free, if I get it wrong, to let Pam know, and she'll let me know. And then if I'm pronouncing something wrong, then I'll try and correct it for next time. Okay, thanks.